What would you do if your body started changing in ways no one could explain or understand? For some, that question isn't hypothetical. It's daily life. These people live with conditions so rare and appearances so weird that they've baffled doctors, shocked strangers, and inspired millions across the globe. Their lives aren't just trending tales or fleeting headlines. They are living proof of how infinitely complex and mysterious the human body really is. So join us for today's video as we're going to take a look at the 15 strangest people you won't believe exist in our world. Number 15, Michiel van de Weert. Michiel from Belgium is only 26, yet his appearance mirrors someone much older. He was born with progeria, a rare genetic disorder that causes the body to age nearly 8 times faster than normal. Doctors predicted he wouldn't live past 12. But Michiel did more than survive. He made a name. As a child, he endured relentless bullying and was called names like alien. Instead of crying, he decided to live life unapologetically. He drives, snowboards, streams live on Twitch, and even has tattoos of his favorite anime characters. He proudly states, "My body is old, but my soul is still young." Michiel uses his story to uplift others and challenge how people perceive rare conditions. Now, one of the oldest known individuals with progeria, he continues to inspire with his humor, passion, and resilience. His life stands as living proof that true strength isn't measured by years, but by how fiercely you choose to live no matter what fools you're dealt. Number 14, Richard Norris. This man from Virginia had his life completely transformed by a devastating accident, followed years later by a medical milestone. In 1997, in his early 20s, he accidentally shot himself in the face. The gun blast destroyed major portions of his lower face, like nose, lips, jaw, chin, and much of his tongue, leaving him severely disfigured. Afterward, he isolated himself. He covered mirrors in his home, rarely went outside without a mask, ate and moved at night, and sank into depression with suicidal thoughts. Years of reconstructive surgeries failed. Then, in 2012, he received the world's most extensive face transplant. Dr. Eduardo Rodriguez and a surgical team at the University of Maryland gave him a full donor face, skin, bone, muscle, jaws, nerves, and tissue. The 36-hour surgery was followed by a grueling recovery. He relearned how to talk and eat while managing lifelong medications. He still deals with emotional weight, but he takes classes and hopes to help others facing trauma. His journey is far from simple. It's simply miserable. Number 13, Colby van Voorhis. Colby was born in Georgetown with an exceptionally rare and weird genetic disorder called thrombocytopenia absent radius, or in short, TAR syndrome. Now, this thing is so rare that it affects fewer than 1 in 100,000 births. Because of TAR, Colby was born without arm bones or knee joints, and his hands connect directly to his torso near the shoulders. Despite his unusual condition, Colby became fully independent, feeding, dressing, bathing himself, even climbing stairs with his own methods. He stands 4 feet tall and uses humor and confidence to navigate life. Online, he embraced the TikTok identity Armless Freak, using self-aware comedy to build an audience of over 85,000 followers and 20 million views. He says, "I make jokes about myself. My videos help people feel comfortable around me. Instead of letting his condition define him, Colby uses his platform to inspire, disarm stereotypes, and give others the courage to accept their differences. His story isn't just rare, it's real, unfiltered, and full of bold self-acceptance." Number 12, Ontlametze Falatse. Ontlametze was an amazing young woman from Hebron, South Africa, born with the ultra-rare condition Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndrome. This condition causes accelerated aging in kids, affecting only about 1 in every 4 million. She was the first known black female diagnosed with it. By the age of 3, her family noticed skin rashes and delayed growth. Doctors misdiagnosed her at first, but eventually verified progeria, a condition that leaves children with aged skin, stiff joints, fine hair, and small stature. As a child, many mistook her for an elderly woman. Still, she owned her identity, calling herself the First Lady, showing rare strength and grace. Despite most progeria patients not living beyond 13, Aunt Lametzi celebrated her 18th birthday and even met President Jacob Zuma shortly before it. Touched by her warmth and intelligence, Zuma fulfilled her wishes: flowers, a car, a cake, and support for her family. She died peacefully in 2017. Her school was renamed in her honor. Her legacy is unforgettable. Number 11. Rajeshwari from Chhattisgarh. 9-year-old Rajeshwari lives in a small tribal village in India, where she's battled a condition so rare doctors have been baffled for years. Her skin is covered in thick, rock-like blisters that have hardened over time, making basic movement painful. Sitting, walking, and even lying down are daily struggles. Symptoms appeared soon after birth, worsening with age. Doctors believe she has a rare genetic disorder called epidermolytic ichthyosis, a congenital skin disease causing extreme blistering and scaling. Some parts of her body resemble cracked stone, drawing stares and painful reactions from villagers. The condition isn't just physical, it's deeply isolating. Many locals consider her cursed, adding stigma to suffering. Rajeshwari needs constant care, like creams, wound treatment, and infection prevention. But access to these treatments is impossible in her remote village, and her family can't afford travel. Still, she pushes on. Her case has drawn national attention, urging awareness and help for kids living with bizarre conditions like hers. Number 10. Nikki Freeman. Nikki Freeman from Esperance, Western Australia, may look like a 10-year-old boy, but in reality, he's in his 40s. His body ages at 1/4 the normal pace. He was born with hydrocephalus, a condition where excess fluid builds in the brain, and Nikki's life began with enormous challenges. Doctors thought he wouldn't survive. Even though he did, the complications never left. He's fully blind. His pituitary gland is underdeveloped, and his bones grow extremely slowly. At 16, his skeleton matched that of a 4-year-old. Today, it resembles a 10-year-old's. He didn't walk until he was 2, and a shunt surgery to relieve the pressure on his brain left him unable to walk or speak for months. He never regained speech, but communicates using expressive body language. Despite being told he wouldn't live long, Nikki defied expectations. At 40, he still wears children's size 10 clothes. He enjoys long car rides, horse riding, and is described by his mother as a fighter born to exist. His case is truly one of a kind. Number 9. Tan Chan Eng. This 60-year-old man from Indonesia has spent over 5 decades living with a rare condition that marks his body, but never his will. At age 5, while playing football, he fell and struck his face. What began as a tiny lump near his eye later grew into tumors that eventually spread across his body. Doctors advised immediate surgery, but fearing complications, his parents refused. The tumors continued to grow, slowly, relentlessly, covering his face, torso, and limbs. Tan never left his rural village. Despite stares, whispers, and bias from some neighbors, he's lived with quiet pride. His family, especially his younger brother Salem, has been unwavering. "I'm proud of my brother," Salem said. "People feel ashamed of him. But he's no less than anyone." With limited medical resources and no major intervention, Tan's journey has been one of quiet strength, humility, and love. His story, featured by Truly, stands as a powerful reminder that dignity doesn't need words, it endures. So, be pretty careful when you play. Number 8. Carmen Blandon Tarleton. In 2007, Carmen Blandon, a nurse and mother of two, was viciously attacked by her estranged husband. He doused her in industrial-strength lye and beat her, burning over 80% of her body, including her face. The injuries were catastrophic. Over the next few years, she endured more than 50 reconstructive operations, some to restore her vision, others to ease her constant pain and the tight, scarring skin that made everyday movements agonizing. In 2013, after a long wait, Carmen underwent a full face transplant at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. The donor was Cheryl Donnelly Ryder. The transformation brought relief, less pain, improved facial control, and better quality of life. She wrote a memoir titled Overcome, Burned, Blinded, and Blessed, and became a speaker. But years later, her face began deteriorating due to chronic rejection. In 2020, she became the first American to receive a second full-face transplant. Her journey remains one of survival, courage, and sheer will through unimaginable trauma. Number 7. The Hungry Frenchman. Tarare wasn't just hungry. His appetite bordered on monstrous. He could devour entire meals meant for 15 people in one sitting and had no sense of fullness. His condition baffled doctors who tried locking him up and experimenting with his eating patterns. But Tarare didn't just eat food. He allegedly consumed live animals, stones, and even garbage, though not all of these claims can be verified. His bizarre talent led the French military to use him as a human courier, swallowing secret documents to smuggle across enemy lines. His body would later expel them, intact. While useful, his appetite spiraled into self-destruction. He was eventually hospitalized and died young, likely from complications related to his extreme eating. Decades later, Michel Lotito, another Frenchman, gained fame for eating metal, glass, and rubber. But even he couldn't top Tarare's grotesque, unstoppable hunger. I mean, this guy is a one-of-a-kind human. Number 6. Valdir Segato. Valdir was a man who wanted to be remembered not for strength, but for sheer size. Born and raised in Brazil, Valdir became known worldwide as the Brazilian Hulk for his massive, almost cartoon-like upper body. What shocked most people wasn't the gym, it was the synthol injections. This dangerous oil swells muscles without giving them real strength. His obsession with size began in his 20s after losing weight through drug addiction. Determined to reinvent himself, he started training but turned to synthol for faster, more dramatic results. His biceps reportedly reached 23 inches, giving him a physique closer to a comic book figure than a human being. Doctors repeatedly warned of infections, nerve damage, and death, but Valdir continued. He said he wanted to be admired and unique, even at the risk of his life. In 2022, on his 55th birthday, he died after complaining of shortness of breath. Many blame synthol abuse. Number 5. Isabelle Dinoir. Isabelle Dinoir was born on February 3, 1967, in Maubeuge, and became world-renowned as the first person to undergo a partial face transplant. In May 2005, she was severely disfigured after being bitten by her dog while unconscious from sleeping pills. The injuries destroyed her lips, nose, and chin, leaving her unable to speak or eat normally. On November 27, 2005, surgeons Bernard Devauchel and Jean-Michel Dubernard led a 15-hour operation at Amiens Hospital, transplanting a triangular section of tissue, lips, nose, and chin, from a brain-dead donor. This became medical history. Her recovery was long and challenging. Initially, she struggled with speech, eating, and accepting the face of another person. Over time, she regained some sensation, facial motion, and expression. Still, she faced immune rejection episodes, emotional hardship, and complications from lifelong immunosuppressants. Isabelle passed away on April 22, 2016, at age 49. While the full cause wasn't released, her death was linked to years of medication and possible cancer. Her case remains a medical landmark. Number 4. Diela, African Batgirl. Diela is an 11-year-old girl from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. She is the 5th of 8 children and the only one born with a rare disability. Her mother recalls a normal pregnancy, but after birth, Diela struggled to breathe and spent 10 days on a machine. A doctor later speculated her condition might have resulted from an untreated infection during pregnancy. Diela's disability is marked by thick, stretchy muscles on her neck, earning her cruel treatment from her community and the nickname, the Bat. She's also suffered swelling in her chest, left leg, and arm. Despite these challenges, Diela is a top student, ranking among the first 5 in her class. Bullying once forced her out of school, but with help from teachers, she returned and now excels. Doctors recommended surgery at age 2, but by 6, her family couldn't afford it. Her father, struggling to support 8 children, has asked for assistance with her medical expenses. Number 3. The artist who sees millions of colors. Concetta Antico, an Australian painter, doesn't just see color. She sees far more of it than most humans ever will. Born with a condition called tetrachromacy, her eyes contain an extra cone cell, allowing her to distinguish between up to 100 million shades. While most people operate with 3 color cones, red, green, and blue, tetrachromats like Concetta have a 4th, dramatically expanding their visual range. In her case, this enhanced vision feeds directly into her art. Her canvases are explosions of color, not exaggerated, just truthful to what she sees. Yellows split into layers of gold. Blues stretch into countless icy tones. What's a single hue to others becomes dozens to her. About 12% of women are believed to carry the gene for tetrachromacy, but only a few experience it fully. Concetta's ability isn't just scientific trivia. It's a living gift she shares through painting. Her vision transforms ordinary light into extraordinary beauty. Number 2. Trini Amohirwe. In a remote African village, Trini battled something unimaginable. A rare, aggressive tumor grew across her face, reaching the size of a football and weighing more than 4 pounds. It pressed against her windpipe, threatening to suffocate her. Breathing was a fight. Speaking and eating were nearly impossible. Yet Trini stayed strong. Her spirit didn't break, and her smile, even through pain, touched everyone who met her. When her story reached global headlines, doctors and donors intervened. She was flown to London, where surgeons performed a complex operation to remove the tumor. Against all odds, the surgery succeeded, and Trini could breathe freely for the first time in years. Today, she's a survivor, a miracle, and a living reminder of hope, resilience, and compassion. From a life-threatening condition to a second chance at life, her journey is extraordinary. Trini isn't just strange, she's an amazing person. Number 1. The Pie Man. Akira Haraguchi from Japan isn't your typical math whiz. He stunned the world with his memory, specifically his ability to recite the digits of pi. Not a few hundred, not even 1,000, tens of thousands. Pi, the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter, begins with 3.14159 and continues infinitely without repetition. Akira treated it like poetry. Using mnemonic systems, he transformed endless sequences into vivid images and stories inside his head. His most famous public recitation lasted over 16 hours, during which he recalled more than 100,000 digits. While Guinness didn't officially certify the number due to technicalities, his achievement remains legendary. He worked as an engineer, where his unusual skill came in handy. But for Akira, pi wasn't just numbers. It was a lifelong mission to explore memory's true potential. Even in retirement, he's remembered as the man who tried to capture infinity, one digit at a time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.